when I first got the diagnosis, it was, I kind of expected it, and I was grateful that before I was kind of being told, well, you probably have ulcerative colitis, but we can't tell you 100% for sure. So when they finally were able to tell me, when I woke up from the anesthesia, from the colonoscopy, my doctor came out and said, yes, we can for sure tell you have ulcerative colitis now. Yeah, you never really want to hear that you have a chronic autoimmune disease, but it was nice to finally have those answers and for my doctor to feel comfortable knowing that he knew how to treat me at that point, and I knew what it was and how I needed to then take care of myself in order to help manage the disease. I'm pretty open about talking about it, and most of my family has known about it. My fiance, well, now husband, but fiance at the time, I told him first about what was going on back in 2014 when I had that flare. We were out of town with some friends that weekend when symptoms first started showing up. So I told him about the history of what happened in 2009 because we weren't dating at that point, we didn't know each other. So I told him about what happened back in 2009 and said this seems really similar and that I probably should go to the doctor and see what's happening. So he's known about it since then, and he was with me the morning of the colonoscopy that I had a few days before the wedding. So he was there when the doctor told me what the diagnosis was, and my parents were actually in town because the wedding was just a few days away. So thank goodness, because they were able to help with some wedding stuff that I wasn't able to get done. And so I think they were relieved to finally have the firm diagnosis as well. I mean, they had been aware since 2009, my first flare-up. My mom drove 12 hours to be with me when I was in college to spend that week with me when I was in the hospital. So I think it was nice and relieving for all my family to get the firm diagnosis. Some of my closest friends know about it. I don't think they know much about the disease. They just know that I have something. And it's also something that I do tell my coworkers because it affects my life at work. And so it's easier for me to tell my coworkers what's going on rather than just thinking, wow, she's always out sick or she's always coming in late or having to leave to go to doctor's appointments. It's just easier for me to tell my coworkers up front rather than thinking, what's going on? Why is she, missing work so much?